All right, all right, all right. It is time for Coil Class. Coil Class is a live video series that takes place here on Endivine 83 YouTube channel, usually 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, but YouTube decided that we're not allowed to have live on Tuesdays this week, so we weren't able to do it last night. Anyway, little bit ago, I sat down and figured out every type of coil build. And then I put them in order from least hardest to hardest, and from the age that they came out, from oldest to newest. And we're going to go through. We are going to systematically go through and learn all these builds. All videos are going to go to the Coil Class playlist, and there will also be a hashtag Coil Class for people who want to build along and show off how and what they did on Instagram. All right, we also get to go back and install these coils in RDAs of past. Please save the questions till the end. Last week we did Arch Clapton and the snake belly. This week we are doing the staple coil and frame staple. So the staple coil is an original concept by Mr. Squiddude, who also did the Stagger Fuse Clapton. So yes, he's the first person to actually stand up them ribbons and wrap them up where you see the point one side. And I remember the first time I seen this build, I was like, wait, what? You have it on? Wait, how the hell do you do that? That's exactly what I said. I was like, if he could do it, I could do it for sure. Yeah, well, it was a little harder than that. This was one of the hardest builds as a beginner for me to learn. It wasn't really the first part. It wasn't actually getting a staple wire finished. Wrapping it into a coil is a real son of a bitch. It really is. It's a real pain in the ass. If you can't do it at first, don't get discouraged. It's hard. It's just hard. Now, one of these coils is a lot easier to wrap than the other, but you have to make more steps to get there. The frame staple is actually way easier to wrap. All right. The staple is a hard coil to wrap, but I'm going to show you a couple tricks I use to wrap them. I am going to do one of these coils freehand without a swivel, and then we will do the frame staple with a swivel, I think. But I've done a lot of staple coils without a swivel. It was one of the first builds I learned before I got swivels. And really the hardest part about it was wrapping them into coil form nicely. So we looked at like the old school staple. We used the 0.8 and it was just laying flat. But with a staple coil, they're all the staple wires are standing up. And a staple is a staple in the building realm. If you want to become a serious coil builder, you really, really, really need to learn how to do staples because they're super important. It makes it easier to get a wide build with staple coils. They're a small gauge, so they light quickly, but they're easier to stack than round wire is. Think of putting 10 pieces of 30 gauge next to each other and keeping them there. They're all going to go like this. Like when you wrap them up, they're all going to go over each other like that. Well, when you have ribbon, they all have a flat side and they all like to stay together actually. Now, a lot of people have problems stacking ribbon. I do have pre-recorded videos in my playlists of staple coil, frame staple coil, how to stack ribbon. I got all that, but I'm going to show you that tonight live. That's what we're going to do. So what's up, everybody? I hope everybody is having a good week so far. Sorry about last night, but really, it's not my fault. YouTube is, they took a break last night for live. I don't know why. You think they'd run that past me, but they didn't. So here we are. Here we are. All right. So let's just get to it. Now, when I started staple coils, actually when anybody started staple coils, like when I began building 3 or 4 years ago, 0.5 and 0.8 were all you could get. So 0.5 was like the go-to wire for staple coils. Easier to stack, yes. Way harder to wrap. If you're a beginner and you want to start doing staple coils, I highly suggest starting out with 0.4. It's the happy medium. It's not too hard to stack, and it's nice and short. The taller the wire is, all right, the harder it's going to be to wrap, all right. So 0.4 is only 4 millimeters high. It's not too hard to wrap. 0.5, it starts getting pretty hard to wrap. 8, it's not impossible. I've wrapped 8, but it's hard. So now I'm in live chat. So I am going to try to stay away from chat for a little bit. I think I will have time. This may be the last coil class where we do 2 coils. I think it is. I think a lot of the coils coming up, if I have time to do another one, I'll probably just do the same build again. I think next week is Alien, and I'm not sure. I gotta double check. I think there might have been a little something else. I'm not positive, but I don't think there's going to be many more coil classes where we do 2 or 3 coils. There might be one pop up. I do have that snake belly video coming out. It's quite possible it comes out tonight. I have another video in the queue. So, yeah, let's just get started. I'm going to be switching a couple things about coil class pertaining the giveaway section of it. All right. I am going to start, telling you guys what to do a little bit more, but we're also going to change a couple things about it. One thing being I'm going to do it once every 5 weeks. Another thing being is it's a little hard to keep track of people getting into a giveaway 2 weeks in a row if they get the 3. It's just so confusing. So this week, or these next couple weeks up until week 15, if you get in by doing the 2 builds, that's the only one you're going to get into. You're not going to get into the one after that because it's going to change dramatically. Well, not dramatically, but it's going to change. So, everybody, what is up? How are you doing? I will say what's up to everybody, though, just so you know I'm not ignoring you. But, oh, damn. Big G Coils, what's up? Chevy Man, Clint Johnson, Dark Side Coils, Dave Monteferro, Daytime Franks here, Don Corleone, Jerry Lawrence, Kim Dixon, what's up? What's up? Marcius, Mr. Pebble, Nick Fenton, Rodrigo, Sicko Wicko, Stephen A. Can, One, Those Beans, and Vinicio Fragosa. Vanencio. What's up, Venny? He told me to call him Venny. I don't know why. I kind of like messing around with the name. Pretty cool. All right. What is up? Let's do it. So I got some 0.4 stainless steel. Okay, now with the there's going to be so many things you're just going to have to pay attention with this build. I don't want to say that this build's hard, but it's for a beginner, it could be very overwhelming. Because there's just a lot of, it's hard to stack ribbon the first time, but if you keep practicing, it gets easy. Once again, ribbon is 0.4 by 0.1. That's the ribbon we're using here, 0.4 by 0.1, okay? So what we're going to do with this guy here is we're going to take this ribbon and, okay, so here's the deal. Is back in the day, what people used to do is if they want a 10 ply, they would cut 10 7-inch pieces and they would stack them up. That's not, I don't want to say that's a bad way to do it, but folding the ribbon adds a couple things that are helpful for the builder. So let's just say right now, this is what I want to do. The less amount of wires in your staple, the harder it's going to be. A 4-ply staple, 0.4, is almost impossible to wrap. A 6-ply staple is damn near impossible to wrap. An 8-ply staple, it's able to be wrapped, but a 10-ply is a lot easier. A 14-ply, even easier. It's got more stuff to fold onto. We're going to do 10 because that's the basic. That's the basic bitch staple, 10-ply. So we're going to do the 10-ply, and I'm going to show you how I would do a 10-ply staple. I'm just going to do a single coil here because I'm going to do it by hand. So we're going to do 10-ply. All right. We're going to do 10-ply 0.4, and we're going to do 36 stainless steel over top. All stainless steel staple. We'll do a single coil for now. If I have more time, we'll double it up. Okay. And then let's get the staple done. I don't want to overwhelm anybody. All right. So if I'm shooting for a coil, right? If I'm shooting for a single coil, I want to have 4 inches at the end, right? I want to have a 4-inch coil to wrap. That's what I like to have. I like to have 4-inch, 3 or 4 inch, somewhere in there you want to have. So when I'm finished, I want 4, okay? So if I'm just shooting for a single coil now, and I suggest if it's your first time, just go for a single coil. I'm going to get my tape measure, and I'm going to put it out to about 10 inch, all right? I'll put that on the table. The best way to cut ribbon is with scissors. You could use close cutters, all right? You could use close cutters, all right? But I like using just regular scissors. I think cut ribbon better. Now, so important with staples is having clean ribbon to start. If your ribbon is all bent up, all kinked up, you're going to have so many problems. If it's twisted, if it's whatever, you're going to have problems. That's why it's important to try to just buy clean ribbon like Coil Society, Kidney Puncher, even Lightning Vapes. Most companies have pretty clean ribbon. I like Coil Society, Kidney Puncher are my favorite ones because they come straight off the spool. If you do have kinks, so I'm going to do this just for instance, all right? This ribbon is coming off straight. There's no kinks or anything, all right? But let's say I just did that, all right? Now it's all kinked up, right? Now, is that ruined? No. All you got to do is you got to give it a stretch just like you would do round wire. So I would grab it with the needle noses, all right? And I would just give it a little stretch, a little tug, and that's going to make it straight. You could only do that once. And keep in mind, when you do that, it makes it thinner this way, and it makes it thinner both ways. It makes it thinner. So now I just messed with the size of this ribbon. So it's not 0.4 anymore. It's close, but it's smaller. Okay, same thing. It's not 0.1 anymore either. I stretched it. That made it straight, but it messed with the... So if I were to put this into a stack that I didn't stretch, you are going to notice it. You're going to notice you have a smaller ribbon. It's going to make it harder to stack. So if you stretch one, stretch them all. So it's all the same size. Comprende? Comprende. All right. So I'm just going to cut this piece off. I'm not going to use it because I don't want to stretch my ribbon. If you could get away with not stretching your ribbon, do so. All right. Now, you don't have to throw this piece out. You could use it for something. You could use it to wrap your coils or your 3-core fuse Claptons, whatever. I like to keep ribbon off to the side just to use for prepping other coils. All right. Now, let's get to prepping this staple. So this is just a plain old staple, the very first staple that was out. It was hard to wrap, but let's do it and I'll show you. All right. Wow, that's sweet. I don't have chat up right now because I want to make sure that I stick to my guns so I could actually learn you. All right. I will get to chat later, so save your questions if you have any. Let's go down now. Okay, so I got my tape measure out to 10 inches. Like I said, I need 4 at the end. But what I'm going to do, and I'll explain why I do this when I'm doing it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out twice as much and fold it in half. All right. And I'll tell you why when I do it, but that's what I'm going to do. So if I'm shooting for 4 inches, I want to pull out 8 inches of ribbon. All right. So I'm actually going to do about, let me cut this a little bit off. I don't like that. All right. That's probably a piece that I just bent. So this curve's fine. A natural curve off the spool is fine. I'm going to do 10 inch. All right. So if I'm doing 10 ply, I'm going to need 5 of these. And when we go to the frame staple, I will show you how to do odd numbers of ribbons. All right. So don't worry. If you don't think you're always going to be doing even numbers of ribbon, I will show you what I would do if I wanted an odd number. All right. So here's 4. And here's 5. So I got 5 pieces of 0.4 ribbon. Now, quick tip. I love these little clothespins, like everybody knows. And I like to just do that, and that will hold my... Oh, by the way, Coil Society video will definitely, absolutely, positively be out tonight. Absolutely, positively. All right. Now, before I get started, what I want to do is I want to make sure I have something that's going to hold these ribbons when I bind them. So, Squid Dude has an awesome tutorial on staples, all right? If you see over here, I have little pieces of masking tape cut. This is masking tape. White tape is masking tape, all right? This is masking tape, some 3M white masking tape. I just cut it into little strips like this. That's what Squid Dude used to use before people started thinking about hot glue. Also, what you can use is just your 36 gauge that you're going to use, all right? So what you would do is you would take about 10 inches of 36 gauge, cut it off your spool, and we could use that to bind. I will show you both ways, all right? So either way, the way I do it, you kind of want 36 gauge, all right? So I'm going to get my ribbons. I'm going to get them all. They're all standing on their 0.1 side because of how the curve is. One more thing, some water. I used to just take a bottle of water, fill a cap up, and have water in there so I could dip it in, but somebody sent me this cool little thing. It's like a bank teller's finger wetter. So I'm just going to put that there, but so you could see every time that I use it. It helps with stacking ribbon a lot. It like temporarily glues it. All right. So I'm going to take the ends of these ribbons. All right. And I'm going to grab them like that. All right. I'm going to push them all so they're the same size here. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to find the smallest piece of ribbon. And I'm going to cut all my ribbons to that smallest piece. All right. So now I have five pieces of ribbon, all the same size. All right. They're not in my fingers in any certain way right now. It does not matter. They're not. I'm not doing anything special in my fingers right now. All right. Now I'm going to kind of fan them out in my fingers just a little bit so that in my fingers, the 0.4 side is touching my fingers. All right. So I'm pinching down and it's just naturally going to grab the biggest side of the ribbon, the 0.4 side. I'm going to run my fingers down, and I'm going to bring these ends together, and they're going to just automatically fold on the 0.4 side. There's nothing tricky. They're just going to do that. They're not going to fold on the 0.1 side. That's what makes staple coils so hard to wrap, is they always want to go on this side. All right. So that's the 0.4 side. It's not going to go. It's not going to fold on the 0.1 side. It's going to go on the 0.4 side. All right. So nothing special here. I got both ends in one hand. I got this hand free. So what I'm going to do is put my fingers inside of there, and then I'm just going to pull this hand, and it's going to kind of kink it in the middle here, like that. And I'm going to stack them just like this. I'm just putting tension on it, and I'm just going to stack them ribbons just like this. Little help, camera. Little help. And then I'm just going to bend it like that. You see, that's the 0.4 side. I'm going to pinch right there, and I'm going to close them in. Right, so this is what I got so far. See all the 0.1 sides? It's the 0.4 side on the top. The 5 pieces folded. Let's pinch it in a little more. And this is why I like to use this loop method, is because it makes it easier to stack when you bend this. It's not just because of a swivel. It also just makes it easier to stack ribbon like this when you fold it in half. It just does. All right. It also makes the stack sturdier when you do it this way. All right. So folding it is a big part of how you could get a successful staple. And the prep with staples is super important, even for the wrapping. So now I'm going to take this 36. I haven't done anything else. I'm not even worried about this. I'm not even thinking about it right now. Don't even care. Don't care what's happening down there. I just care about this loop and starting to get it. Once you get this loop, so I'm going to wrap this really tight, like 10 times. Right? And once you get this loop done, it's going to be very simple to follow the ribbon down and get it the way you want it. So this is what I have. That's what I have. That's the 0.1 side we're looking at. And then the 0.4 side would be up here. 38 nails. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch this loop. You see that loop? I'm going to pinch it just to hold it. And now I'm going to run my fingers down. I'm just going to start introducing these ribbons to each other. All right. If any are twisted, they're going to untwist when I do this, because I'm starting where it's good and I'm pushing it down. All right. Now, water on index and thumb. Pinch, bring it down. Pinch, bring it down. You do that about 3 times, and that's damn near going to glue them together in a stack. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a good start. All right, see that? It's basically stacking itself. It's really that easy. I'm going to pinch. This last time, I'm going to come down about an inch, and I can let go of this hand. All right. Then I'm going to take my 36, and not too tight, but tight enough to where it keeps the staples together. I'm going to do 5 wraps of 36. All right. I'm going to pinch that, and I'm going to show you what I got. See how it's stacked from one 36 to the other? The water's holding it together. They're pretty much good. All right. I left the 36 on here too. I'm going to pinch the 36 that's on the staple. I'm going to pinch right over that. This might be too bright. That might be my problem. I'm going to pinch, and I'm going to slide it all the way down to the end. Now make sure you don't go too far to where one of the staples will pop out. All right. Actually, when I get down here, I'm just going to look at it really closely, because look, I don't want to keep pulling it to where you see this guy right up here, right on the top. You see that guy? I don't want to pull it past him and then that ribbon pop out, right? So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them again, damn near all the same size. Make sure it all stays good. Okay. And now I'm going to take the 36 that I left on. I'm going to give it a couple more wraps, but this time I'm going to do it pretty tight. So I do very much so think that everybody should go watch Squid Dude staple tutorial. I definitely think that it would help a lot of people, especially just to understand where all this came from. All right. So what he used to do, so that the drill had something to grab onto and it gave it a little bit of a cushion, he actually used to tape down here but not have the loop. He used to not do a loop thing. He used to just do 10 pieces. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tape down here for my drill to have something to grab onto. So you want to start it like this, just like that, and you just want to wrap it up. That's all. Make sure you kind of tuck it in there, get it on there nice and neat, and just wrap it up. And that little piece of tape goes a long way. All right, now obviously I'm going to use hot glue the second build of this video, but I did want to show you the tape just in case people don't have hot glue but they do have tape around, or they're looking for different ways. Maybe somebody doesn't like hot glue, you know. The thing is with tape is it does leave some glue on there, so you do got to watch it. But for just grabbing onto the drill, this is a nifty little tip. All right, so now it's like my build has a little handle for my drill to grab onto. All right, so there is my ribbon stack. All right, let me get this trash thrown out. Okay, that's that. I got my ribbon stack all nice and neat, all nice and ready. Here's down there. All my ribbons, they don't have to be perfect right there. As long as each end is all binded together and nothing's twisted or bent, you're good. All right, now I do want to get out my drill, right? Get out my drill. Anybody coming in, anybody watching that's not chatting, what's up? I don't have the chat up right now, but I will after we're done these builds. I actually don't have to leave at 9, so we can have a little bit more time with this video. I won't stay on too much later, but I don't have to leave at exactly 9 because Fresh isn't on tonight. I don't think he is. All right, so I got my drill, and now what I want to do is before I put the staple into my drill, I want to get whatever wire I'm using, which is 36, whatever I'm Claptoning with. All right. Can't even focus now, really? I wonder if my lens needs to be cleaned or something. I'm going to take the 36 off the spool just a little bit. In fact, I could just lock it back in here just so it doesn't explode. And I'm going to take this 36. I'm going to start on the staple. And I'm going to wrap it around the staple and around the tape. All right, and I want to wrap it clockwise because that's what way I'm going to be putting the drill on. So basically, this is what I got. All right, there's my 36 going right to the spool. And now I could center this staple into my drill. Like so. And tighten down my drill, but make sure that them staples don't mess up. Like you don't want to tighten it so much to where you don't want to tighten it to a fault, all right? You want to just tighten it just enough. Why? You know what, guys? I am not dealing with this. I really think that I need to clean off my screen real quick. So give me 1 second. Because the fact that it's not focusing easily and it looks a little blurry means that I probably need to hit it up with some lens cleaner. This is probably going to look really cool. Ready? Squirty, squirty squirt, and this is a lens cleaning cloth. Okay. Who knows, right? Maybe you've seen it. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I think there's a couple other things I could do with my lighting to help me here. Let's see. Okay. So there's a couple things you could do with this 36, right? You could put it in a bag, which I think that's what I'm going to do. I actually would like to keep showing you that I like to use bags. I like to use the bagging method. It's my favorite method for Claptoning stuff. So I'm going to get my Ziploc bag out. All right, Ziploc bag. Unlock the 36, throw it into here. This way, when my 36 pulls, the spool just turns. I'm just going to drop that on the floor real quick. Now, I want to start this staple slow, right? My drill's going clockwise. Now, don't worry about what the beginning is going to look like. Just start it like this. Just press the handle soft. All right. At a certain point, you're going to want to come up here like this, and you're going to want to do it like a Clapton. All right. And as long as you got some done, it will Clapton just like a round wire. It gets stronger. Oops. See, I messed up. It gets stronger and stronger as you go. All right. Don't worry about that. It will get stronger as you go down the wire. Right, you see I messed up. I'm going to put my drill in reverse and pull the 36. Slowly. All right, I got that out. I'm actually going to put my drill on slow. I thought I had it on slow. I didn't. Okay. Now I'm going to put my drill back and forward. And since I just had that mess up, I definitely want to start slow now and get my fingers up here. You can't see nothing. Jeez. All right, if you have to do this guy, if every once in a while you have to stop and just pinch it and move it, do it. You know, flatten them out a bit. All right, so what I want to do is keep going. Just give this staple wire support. Just wanted to stop so I could show you. Now the good thing about doing it by hand, right, is first of all, you can bring it closer to you. Second of all, it wraps it very tight. Now I kind of always like doing this, bringing it closer to me. I shouldn't have stopped. All right, I see my staples. Let me see if I can show you. I see my staples kind of wanting to go a little funky here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some kind of pliers. I could show you. I just see something with my naked eye. It looks like my staples want to mess up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my nylon pliers from Beadalon. I'm just going to pinch them down on the 0.1 side. All right, just softly. All right, and then I'm going to oh, I keep messing up. All right, if you have wrinkled wire like I have right here, here's what you could do to get that unwrinkled a bit. Now, I reversed this a couple times. You kind of want to do this just on the first time. You could grab the staple wire and the 36 and pull the 36, and that's going to stretch it just like we do with 26 to stretch it. It's going to stretch it and straighten it out. But now I definitely want to be careful because it's probably weaker, and you can't do that twice. I should have never stopped when I was on a roll. I just keep doing that. This 36 is going to break soon if I keep doing this. It keeps backing up on my, maybe I should have never picked it up. It keeps backing up on my wire. I keep messing this up. Should have just put it on the damn swivel. Alright, I'm getting it now. Gotta make sure it's angled a bit so you don't go over itself. See if I could show you what's happening in the last part of this. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but we'll see. I'll do it this way. I think you're going to be able to see it. It's a horrible view. Wants to focus on everything behind it. Alright, well I did that, but I'm at the end anyway, so I'm just going to be done with it. Alright, so I got a couple little mistakes, but hey, freehand staple. Tell me how you do. All right. All right. So that's the staple. Now, you know what? We're going to wrap this now because I don't want to confuse you between both of them. So I'm going to cut this off of here. I'm going to cut the staple off of here, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to cut it down short. The shorter this wire is, all right, let me rephrase it. You don't want to be wrapping this if it's 8 inches long and you only need 5 wraps. If you have an 8-inch piece, cut it in half and wrap it. Don't try to wrap both because more staples are going to be moving up. When you wrap this coil, what's happening with the staples are they're going like this inside. They're kind of moving inside on the 0.4 sides. Now, these could be extremely hard to wrap. There's a couple different ways to do it. All right. So the way I recommend, first of all, is maybe you want to try with a 3/5 bit. All right, a 3.5 millimeter bit, millimeter diameter bit. You may want to try with that first. I'm going to do 3 millimeter because that seems to be the most common millimeter, right? People want 3 millimeters. So I'm going to take a 3 millimeter bit. All right, just trust me, it is. And I'm going to take a pair of pliers. All right. Now, some people use vice grips, which are locking pliers, and that would be a great idea. All right. So now I'm going to take my needle nose pliers. I'm going to put the staple into the needle nose pliers and grab it real tight. All right. I'm going to take the bit. Now just imagine you're in front of me like that. I'm going to hold both in this hand. All right. Now, you want to give this wire support, and you don't want to force it down. You want to let it just lay. You're just letting them wires lay. Now, the first ways I ever got these was just a little bit at a time and kind of pushing and pulling back. Not pulling back, pushing it and letting it go and just inching it down. I would go. I want to show you everything here. I want to go. I want to support this. The first wrap's going to be the hardest. I want to support up and down on that wire. And I would go and I would just push it down and let go. You see, I'm kind of just pulsing, kind of. I'm pulsing the pressure. That's how I would get my first staples. All right. And it kind of forces you. See, I'm pulsing it around. It forces you to not put too much tension on it. Now, when you come around the other side, it might be this way, it might be that way. If it is, give it a little twist, you know? And I'm just going to pulse it around. I'm going to flip it up so it's more comfortable for me, and I'm going to push it down. So you're kind of doing just a pushing and pulling action. Now I'm going to pull towards me. All right. So we're getting them 0.1 ribbons to stand up. I'm hoping I get some gaps in this coil so I could show you what's going on. Yeah, that's what we'll say. That I meant to get the gaps in the coil. They're not mistakes. They're on purposes. All right. Now, wrapping these on a vise is good too. I do have a staple coil tutorial where I do it a couple different ways. Maybe we'll wrap the frame staple on the vise. All right. Do one more. Okay, that's it. See where I reversed it all them times? That looks good. In fact, let me see if I can make it look a little better by... Now, once you wrap a staple, you can't unwrap a staple. So however many wraps you want to do, figure it out, because unwrapping this because you want a 5 wrap is not going to be good. All right, but at least we're going to be able to see what I'm talking about staple standing up on the point one end. Now look inside my mistakes. You see the ribbon is standing up. I could get some more light on that. See the ribbon in there standing up? It looks like a row of staples. Because it's square. It's a square build. It's got it, well, with 36, it doesn't look too square, but it is a square profile. Doesn't look too much different than a Fuse Clapton, but it definitely vapes different. Lots of flavor off of these. Pretty low ohm. That's a staple coil. Made some good mistakes in there. Maybe I'll do a lot of wraps with this. I'm not going to dual it, so may as well. Oh, what was I going to put this in? Am I being an idiot? I'm being an idiot. Yes, I am. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I forgot what RDA I was trying to put this in. We'll substitute the RDA, whatever. I'll get another RDA. Okay, so that is a staple coil. All right. So let me take a vape break. Actually, let me go over to the chat and see what everybody's saying. If you have any questions now, you could ask. I'm going to do this until 8, and then we're going to move on to the next coil. So any questions about coil building, mostly staple coils, please? All right. What's up, everybody? What's up, Marcos? I will not use a swivel. I need a challenge. All right. What's up, Dave? Roy Murphy? Oh, is Tom here? Did he put money on my super chat? He told me he was going to. I was going to wear a shirt just for him. I don't know if he's still here. Are you still here, Tom? How do I check my super chats? I hate that I can't check them. Like, how do people go and check their super chats? The more cores, the easier. If I have a swivel, how do I hook it up? Well, I'm going to do the frame staple, which is the same thing, but you just hook it on. Yeah, it had a loop on it. You just hook it on. I'm going to do the frame staple with swivels. It's going to be the same thing. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it. The meter vapes. Thank you. You guys should watch the I'm No Joe podcast. You guys should watch the I'm No Joe podcast. I'm No Joe. I''M No Joe is a YouTube channel about MMA and, well, just MMA. It's not letting me go up anymore. It's not letting me go up more. What is up with this, man? I don't know how I checked before. Is that Top Chat? Is that what Top Chat's for? Did I find out what Top Chat's for? No, I didn't. All right. No, Super Chat doesn't go to PayPal. Nope. Super Chat doesn't go to PayPal. Nope. Super Chat, I actually discourage people from doing Super Chat. I don't really encourage that. I'd rather people go over to Patreon and just do the $2 thing. Super Chat takes 40%, and I don't get to see that until $100 is made on there. Now, I am going to get $100 this month. So if you were to put $2 in there, I'm going to see about a little more than $1. If you put $2, I'm going to see a little more than $1 this month from it. So I'd rather people only do it if they like want to do that, like $1 or $2 to do like a. But if you're going to do like $5, you might as well just sign up for Patreon for a couple months, $2. You get all extra shit and giveaways and shit. So you'd be better off just signing up for Patreon. But if you just want to get a quick chat, like Meter Vapes, that was perfect. Like if you want to pimp something, do the Super Chat then. But it doesn't go straight to my PayPal. I don't get YouTube money. I only get it once a month, and that's only if I make $100. But I'm already up to 88, so I'm definitely going to get $100 this month. As long as I keep dropping them videos, I will get it. Yeah, $2, I receive 1.20. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, wait. Oh, what? See what? See what? What you talking about? Okay. Let's do it. Let's do this frame staple. Let's make these ones look good at this time. You want to make them look good? Let's make them look good. Fucking do it. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I am turning chat off now. Let's do it. There's my staple coil. We'll do something with it, man. I'll put it in something. Don't know what yet, but we'll put it in something. Kind of wish I remembered what I was doing. You know what? We'll put it in this piece of shit. Yeah, we'll take this braid out and we'll put it in this piece of shit again. Yeah. Okay, cool. I got a piece of shit that I could put that piece of shit into. Cool. All right, we'll put it in the Stro piece of shit. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So, frame staple. I am going to use 0.4 ribbon. All right, I'm going to use 0.4 ribbon. I'm going to use 27 gauge for the frames. All right, you could use anything for the frames, 26, 28, 27, whatever. It don't matter. You kind of want to be at around the same estimate as ribbon. All right, so if you're using 0.4, you want to be using somewhere around 26. All right, 26 or 28, somewhere around there. So we're going to do an odd number of ribbons this time. I'm going to make a set of frame staples that are I'm going to make them we'll make them 5 ply. How about that? We'll do 5 pieces. All right, 5 pieces of ribbon. So we'll do that odd amount. All right, so for the most part this is going to be the same. I want an 8-inch piece when I'm finished, so I want to get out at least 16 inches, right? Because I want 2 coils this time, so I want 8 inches at the end, so I want to get out 16. So if I'm doing 5 pieces, I want to get out, I'm doing 5 pieces, I want to get out 2 pieces at 16. All right, 2 pieces at 16, and I want to get out 1 piece at around 8. All right, so 1 piece at 8, 2 pieces at 16. Now, I want to take these two. We're going to deal with the wires, for the ribbons first, and then we will deal with the frames. You want to break it down in sections. All right, so I'm going to take my 2 ribbons. I'm going to cut the nasty stuff off the ends, make them the same size. I'm going to take both ends, just like I did before, and I'm going to bring them together. All right, so I got this freaking loop now, right? I got that loop. Let's pull it and put a little kink in the middle up here, right? Now, I'm going to take the 8-piece, the 8-inch piece, and I'm going to put it in the middle, the dead middle. Now, this is when hot glue is going to come in handy for sure, because you don't want to have this piece, this 5th piece in the middle, come out at any point. So now you just got to get it stacked in there and get it in the middle of these 2 loops. It's not wanting to lay flat for me easily, but there you go. I got it. Just make sure that it's laying the same way. Don't want to mess that up. Can I catch a focus, please? Please? Bueller? There it is. That's what I want. Let's get some 36. I actually like using 38 or 40 more than 36 for this part, this wrapping, but 36 works. I know a lot more people have 36 than other wires. All right, I can cut that off. Now, since I do want to show you how to use hot glue with staples, I'm going to. So, in order for me to make sure man, what is the deal tonight? There you go. In order for me to make sure that ribbon doesn't go anywhere and this loop stays, I'm going to get out some hot glue. I'm going to heat up some hot glue, and I'm going to dab it right on top of that 36. I said dab meter. I'm not talking about that dab. Just dabbing some hot glue, buddy. Just chill out. Meter's like pass the Dutchie. Okay, so heat it up again so it kind of melts into them staples. That's what I'm going to do. I put it right over that 36. Let's let it dry. It's dry. I could run my fingers down, and all the steps after that are the same as the first one, are the same as the staple. We're going to pinch the loop here. We're going to run our fingers down a couple times to get this acquainted. If there's any twist in it, this is going to take it out. We're going to get our water, index, thumb, boom. It's going to kind of glue them together. All right. Pinch, come down an inch, get your 36, put it between the thumb and the staple, wrap it like 5 times, not too tight, just tight enough to get things situated. Bring it down to this end and do a couple more wraps. Now, I'm not going to hot glue this end right now, but I am going to do it after I get the frames on. All right. Let's wrap that, and then let's cut off our 36 nice and clean. And there we go. So we got the staple part done. See how quick that was? Very easy. And it's only my second one ever. So you could imagine how quick you could get. Okay. 27 gauge. Now, I want to get out 27 gauge at 16 inches. So I don't have to get the roller out again. I'm just going to take my needle noses, put it up at the loop, mark it with my thumb right there, bring my thumb up to the loop, spin it out, mark it with this like that right there, and I'm going to give it a stretch so that I make it straight, and then I'm going to cut it where I put my thumb at, and there you go. Now, essentially, that should make it a little bit bigger than what I need, because when I stretch it, it makes it bigger. I'm going to take both ends, just like I did to the ribbon, but round wire is much easier. I'm going to put it in the middle, make a little kink. All right, now I do have a frame staple tutorial if you need to get more in depth with this. Now I'm going to take my ribbon stack, and I'm going to put it in between the 27s. I'm going to get the loop over the staple loop, just like this. This is how you're going to want to start out. Make sure your staples are standing up. And how you make sure of that is make sure your loops are going both the same direction. If your inside loop is twisted, then you got it on wrong. That's what you want to start off with. And now I'm just going to pinch the 27 in. To the ribbon. Make sure it stays right over top of that ribbon. I pinch it all the way closed, right over top of that ribbon. Once I get it to about that point, I'm going to take the 36 again. I put it between my thumb and the stack. Wrap them up. Just like that. Cut. This is what I got so far. I'm going to take my lighter. I'm going to heat up that hot glue, and it's going to grab some of that 27 too. All right. Let it dry. I'm going to run my fingers down. Go down about an inch. I want to make sure that all my stuff looks like this, with the 2 round wires on the outside, the ribbon on the inside. Take some 36, and again, just like we did the staple, 5 wraps, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pinch it, slide it down all the way to the end. Now these might twist up because of the tension in what you're doing. So make sure the frames go on either side. Make sure nothing bends up. You don't want any bends, kinks, twists. Bring it all the way down and wrap it again. Now, you can do these without something we call a slider, but it's probably very, very smart to do a slider. So what is a slider? A slider is something that's going to hold your ribbon together until you're clapped in it, and it's going to move up and down. So I'm going to go back up to the loop right here, and I'm going to grab the wire like this. Remember that piece of 0.4 that I crumpled up and put to the side earlier? That's what I use this for. I'm going to take that piece of 0.4, and just like I was doing with the 36, I'm going to wrap it, not too tight, 3 times. All right. After I wrap it 3 times, I'm going to press it down with some kind of pliers, and it's going to do that. It's going to flatten out and hold the build. Then I'm going to do 2 more wraps and do the same thing. 1, 2. I'm going to flatten it down again. And this is what I got. Now, I'm going to cut off the excess here. And I'm definitely going to cut off the excess here. You just do this right there. And now watch what happens when I pinch it and slide it down. Look at it down at this end. Same thing. And it's going to slide up and down this, but hold the wires together very easily. All right. Now, since we're using a swivel, I'm going to do the rest of the steps like this. This is what my swivel looks like. It's a bunch of swivels on my Kim Dixon and Merlin swivel block. All right, and then I got 2 swivels on here with a hook. All right. Now this is what I would have did with the staple if I wanted to use a swivel. I would just, like a hook and eye, just like that. All right. So now that's on my swivel. Boom. I'm going to run my fingers down, 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 down. I'm going to grab the frames, just the frames. I'm going to pull them tight. I run my fingers down again. Get this build tight. Make sure everything's good. Everything's good. Let's glue this. Take the hot glue, and I'm going to dab it right over the 36 down here. But I'm going to hold the tension on this until it dries. I could pull the frames, make sure everything's tight. You don't want them frames being floppy and the staple not, because then you're going to have problems fusing. So you want to make sure that this whole prep It's nice and neat. You want it to look like almost one wire, but really it's 7 wires. 5 ribbon and 2 27. I just put my finger in the hot glue. Oh, rookie mistake. All right, so when it's dry, I'm going to take the 27 on the top and bend it up, 27 on the bottom, bend it down. I'm going to cut the excess ribbon off along with the excess 36. I'm going to cut these 27s down just a little bit, not all the way. I actually quite like having that going on, the Y at the top, because that's going to go into my drill. All right. I'm going to get my drill. And this time, we're going to use 38 gauge to fuse. I'm going to close my drill down. One of them pieces are going to go into each of my drill chucks. Staple right down the middle, just like that. Now when I pull, everything should look nice and tight. And I got my little staple slider there, everything. I got everything your heart desires. You want it? I freaking got it. Look at that. Look at that old school frame staple. Just 5 ply, 2 frames. Heaven. Just heaven. Welcome to heaven, friends. I'm Nick Devine. Okay, now let's do it. .38 gauge stainless steel. .38 gauge stainless steel. I'm going to put my drill on the fast setting. It could be in reverse or forward. It doesn't matter. I'm going to take this 38, and you see the little thing sticking up here. I'm going to wrap it around that 27 gauge up here. I'm going to do it like 10 times or so, and that's going to lock it in. I could cut the excess 38 off there. And now I just got my spool and slowly go onto the wire. And you could wrap these tight. If you got it prepped good, you're pulling your drill back away from your swivel. If you have that slider on there, wrap these up tight. It's going to help it wrap better. All right. So pull my drill back, get that a nice angle. And I'm going to clamp in up to that ribbon slider. We're going to call that a slider. That ribbon slider. Actually, I don't like how the slider has a little bit sticking out like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cut off a little bit of it. There you go. That's a little better. All right. I'm going to pull it tight. Wrapping this coil up nice and tight. Now that I'm up to here, take that, move it down. Right. Let's get a nice tight wrap on it. So another name for these is fraples or staple, frapple or frapple. That's what people used to call them. Fraples, frame staples. And these, for a very long time, were the best vapes you could get. They vape very, very, very well. And you're going to see throughout the rest of coil class how much frame staples really come into play. It's a lot. Once staples were introduced, wider builds were able to be done a little bit easier. there was no, you know, trying to get your round cores to act the way you needed them to act, because you could just stack up however many ribbons you want. I've done up to like 50 or so, but you could do even more than that if you want. To my slider again, slide them down a bit. And this is why swivels are awesome, because look how much easier this is. It's going to come out so much cleaner. Look at that. I like holding the spool about, excuse me, 16 inches away from the stack. That's what I call this, the stalk or the stack. You'll hear that quite often. All right, so in addition to giving you a better vape experience, a frame staple wraps way easier than a regular staple. Them round wires help a lot keep that ribbon supported so it doesn't bend and twist over. I'm going to cut them now off of there. And my frame staple is finished. That's that, friends. That's that. Okay. Very good. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to install this staple coil into here. I'm going to, actually, what time is it? 8:25. Yeah. I'm going to install, oh, that's a Phillips. Install that staple coil into this straw that I had to braid in, but I made another braid and put it in something else. So I could take this guy out. Well, see, it doesn't really fit in there anyway. And we're going to put this staple coil in here. Now, what's cool, actually, I like this. Okay, so anybody that likes velocity decks, staple coils could actually be very good for velocity decks because they're not rounded. They're a squared build. So in the velocity posts, in theory, it shouldn't twist as much. All right. So the Stro was a 2-post velocity deck style. All right. Velocity, the screws come from the side. It looks like it does want to twist this. But usually, since it's a squared build, it shouldn't roll over as bad, but it is. Cool. All right. mean, I could do this vertical, right? Is it big enough to do vertical? Or is it too big to do vertical? I don't know. Ooh. So the velocity deck is technically a vertical coil deck. Let's see. Let us see. So I have it in this. And I would want to twist her around like that. It's like the third vertical coil build I did in coil class. Not a real fan of the vertical coils, but yeah, I'm making that look like even more shit. Cool. Cool. Great. Oh, I didn't. Oh, that's right. I didn't want to use my vise. You know what, guys? Oh, fuck this thing. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to hope that this is enough 42 gauge because I'm going to. I bought 2 new spools of 42, but maybe we could waste that out. I am going to keep going with the frame staple, and we're going to do another set of staples with 42 gauge. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I might even use 0.3 ribbon this time. Yeah, okay. Let's get this frame staple. This way I can also show you the vise with them. I want to show you how easy frame staples wrap. I didn't really want to use the vise with these. So I'm going to measure my frame staple stick. I am going to put Chad on in a sec. All right, so it's 8 inches. It's actually a little more. So I'm going to cut. Now, what deck am I going to put this in? I'm going to tell you what deck. Who's the originator of the staple coil and the frame staple coil? Both of these coils? Mr. Squid Dude. Does Mr. Squid Dude have an RDA? He sure does, bitch. This is the Dude RDA. It is a funky RDA that vapes really, really good. So it has these grommets, all right? It has these kind of, it's kind of like a Dremel drill bit right there that you could put your coils into. The airflow on it is awesome. I love this airflow. It kind of shoots up and straight through. The coils are up high like the Dead Rabbit. It vapes really, really good. But it is very hard to install coils in, especially for somebody that doesn't care for installing coils in the first place, you know? Someone like me, it's fun as hell. Someone that just wants something that's quick and easy, it ain't for you, all right? It's like a cool, I don't want to say it's a novelty, but I guess it kind of turned out to be that way, didn't it? I'd hate to say that. It vapes great, but it's kind of what it turned out to be. I have noticed with the Dude RDA, the best things to put in these are frame staples. That's the best coils to fit in these, are frame staples. All right. So once you tighten these down, it comes with a little wrench, which I have right here. Once you tighten these down, that closes a bit. All right. I'm going to put the chat on now for the rest of the show. And it is on. All right, let me vape a little. It was like an 8 wraparound to 3, but and you need high wattage. This is a low on coil. You need a lot of wattage. More of a mech mod build. I didn't have the chat on the whole time, so what's up, everybody? Thomas Robinson, WP Mac, Who the Fuck Smokes Fruit, Addy Tooney, Master Verb. Everybody, what is up? Here we go. So I'm going to show you how easy these are to wrap. 3mm bit, frame staple. I'm just going to put my thumb up against it like that. And I'm still going to be careful, but they're so much easier to wrap. Frame staples, as long as you keep them flat to the bit, can be a breeze. 4, 5. I'm going to see how this looks like it spans from here to here. It looks like I could do at least another wrap. All right, because I'm looking at the posts. Looking at that, it looks like I could do at least another wrap, maybe 2. I think I'm just going to do 6 wraps. I think 7 isn't very smart. Okay, so I'm going to do 6 wraps on each. All right, let me show you this way. Put my thumb right on it. Bring it down. Pull back. Bring it up. Just lay it down over the bit. Push. Pull. Up. Support it down. Pull it when it's back. Up. Just push it around. Pull it when it's back. Here's number 5. And here's number 6. And they look pretty good. Some frame staples. Okay. Now, in this, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to cut down the leads a bit. Now, this can be a tricky RDA in a couple ways. All right, so first of all, I'm going to cut one of my leads down and see how it looks when I put it into here. All right. Looks like that's going to be good. I'm going to cut down these leads the same. All right. Put them into both holes here. I'm going to twist it to make it straight. Bring it down a bit. Looks like I got to loosen the one. All right. And now I want to put this guy into the holes as well. Now, this is tight, but that's the way I like it. I want it to be tight to start off because if it's not, I'm going to have problems. I'm going to have to loosen this up a bit. Oh, that already came out great. You want to loosen these all the way. And in fact, since I had this away for a while, it's going to be a little stiffer than usual. Oh, that might have been stupid. It does come with different grommet sizes. And there was a certain point where he said he was going to put out like different types of grommets, but that never happened. And I was kind of hoping for them. He even put out a post of what some of them would look like. And I was looking forward to them things. What's up with that, Ryan? I hope I didn't cut my leads too short on these. That would be very unfortunate. Yeah, I had to open up them grommets a little bit. That's what my problem was. You see how this could just be, it could be a pain in the ass, quite honestly. And that's why you don't really hear a lot of people talking good things about the dude. So I'm going to get them in there like that. Now, there's a couple other issues you have to deal with. And that's why I can't wait until these are the last coils I install in here. And these are going to go right on the shelf. I'm going to be like, hey, remember the frame staples I did during coil class and installed them in the dude? They're still there 50 years later. Welcome to coil class lesson 5052. Welcome to coil class lesson 5052. I'm going to be... You can still get these dude RDAs. They have them on Twisted Messes. And every vape event I went to, Ryan was there and he had them. Now what happens is your coils are going to start to spin with this thing. And that's another thing about this is it makes your coils look ugly if you're not careful. There's a couple things you could do, like hold it with needle noses as you twist. But if you cut your leads too short, quite like I did, then that's not going to be an easy thing to do. I just want to get these secure enough to give these guys an ohm reading. And I think I'm going to. Because like I said, the frame staple is the best thing to put in here. They fit the best out of everything. Damn, man. Yeah. This thing, man. It's not super tight in there, and I think I could get it, but man. So what you would do is if you wanted to tighten it even more without messing the coils up too much more, is you would bring your coils up, you would grab it with your needle noses, the two leads. All right, so I'm grabbing both leads with the needle noses, and then you tighten it. You pull it out. You fuck. You fucking fuck. You piece of shit. Oh my God. Why did I do this to myself? Why? Oh my God. Oh God. Oh God, no. You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to put the staples in here. I don't think I cut the leads long enough. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's try to fix these frame staples a bit and put them in the RDA I was going to put them in. Well, I was going to put the other coils in. Which was, anybody follows me on Instagram, you'll see that I finally took a picture of that build that I had in the Doge V2. Anybody know the Doge V2? Well, it's a pretty old school RDA that had a 3-post deck, but it was very good for builders because it had huge post holes. All right. Excuse me. And if I'm not mistaken, these should fit in here just fine. Yes. Right in there. I'm going to push that in. I'm going to cut the center pin wire and pull that coil out. And then put him in there. Looking good now. See how an RDA could change how a build looks? Ain't that crazy? Cut him. Tighten down the negative. I'm holding the coil in with my finger. That's why you can't see it. Because my finger's in the way. Tighten down the negative. All right, so the positive is still up, as you can see, because the screws are so big. Get him in there. Tighten down that negative. All right, so I got both negatives tightened down. Actually, let me tighten them down even more so I don't mess this up, because these could tighten down a lot. I'm going to take my bit, put it in one of them, and use my finger to center the build a little bit. I'm going to use my fingernail to push the build into the center of the deck a little bit. And then, and only then, can I tighten down this middle screw. You could also do the middle screw and not the negatives and do the same thing. You might get a little different results. It might be better. Some people like to do that. It doesn't matter. As long as you only tighten down one screw, it'll work either way. And look at that. Woo-wee! That looks like a really nice build to be vaping on. Oh, man. Somebody call the sexy police. Oh. Oh. Ugh. Fucking creeps. All right. We'll color them up in a bit. Let's these coil class videos are not going to defeat me. I'm not going to let them. It ain't happening, Captain. It ain't happening. I'm gonna win. I'm a Wario, and I'm gonna win. Okay, let's do where it is. Where is it? I just cleaned all this up today. Where the hell is it? There it is. I'm going to do 0.3. Let's do other staples. All right. Let's do some 0.3. I want to get out like 16 inches, right? It sucks like losing stuff like on a train or a flight. That really does suck. I lost a VCM and an SOI RDA on a train, and it was like a week old, not even. I got it like the weekend before, and it must have fell out of my stupid ass pants pocket. I threw them pants out the day of. All right. 5. 6. 7. 8. Let's do a 16 ply. So I got 8 pieces of ribbon here. This is when staples get fun, folks. This is when staples get fun. Everybody can get out your notebooks. This is when staples get fun. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing, only quicker. And I'm going to Clapton this with 42 gauge, and I'm going to have 2 high gauge fatty staples. And we're going to put this on a vise and I'm going to show you how I wrap them up on a vise. So I'm going to get some 40 gauge, wrap him up like this. Oh no! What, like in the pants, Mac? Like funny in the pants? Okay. Now, I definitely would not do this. Yeah, I don't squonk with mine. I'm just an idiot. I don't like squonks that much, to tell you the truth. I think they're messy. They're more work. I just don't like them. I am not a big squonking fan. I'm fine with dripping. I'm good with it. Is it nice to have once in a while? Like if I know I'm going to be driving a while, is it nice to just fill up the squonk if I have a squonk RDA on top? Yeah, it's awesome. Of course it is. Do I squonk every day? No. I probably only fill up a squonk bottle once a month lately, to tell you the truth. To be absolutely honest with you. Okay. The top sides are nice. They are. I've used one, but I really don't mind dripping, man. I really don't. I never did. I actually like it's nice. It is. It's, I don't know. It's kind of just one of them things. You know me. I don't like change. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't do no stretch aliens. I don't squonk. You know, that's just me. I don't like change. All right. I'd appreciate it if these guys got off my case about it, to tell you the truth. You know, these guys are, you know. If I could reach all of your necks, I would systematically strangle you one by one until you die, just enough to know that you're still alive. You know what? Nah, we'll do it. Let's just do it on here. F it. Is this charging or what? You're a good guy. You're a good guy. All right. 42. Let's do it. I'm having a feeling I shouldn't have did them this big. I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling like, why did you do 14? You just had all that trouble with a fucking 5-ply. Fucking 5-ply. And you're going to do that for yourself? Come on. A DS or a TS is the best, yeah. They squonk good. I guess it's a kind of a lazy thing, I guess. I think it's more work to squonk. I really do. Now I just got to keep my eye on it, make sure that I'm not going to mess up my ribbon. The more I go down, the more I should be fine, I think. Oh, I did want to show everybody something that is watching Coil class. Am I good here? Yeah, I'm good. I'm pulling the drill away from the swivel so it's nice and tight. Staple, stop messing with me. You don't know me. You don't know me, dog. You don't know me. I'm problems. The thing with 42s, it takes forever to fuse. It's 9 o'clock. Gotta go. Whoa, killer. Getting gutter. Getting gutter with the wire. Still going to have some 42 left on this spool. This is the spool of 42 that always was. I'm telling you. This spool of 42 I had for so long. I actually had 2 spools of 42, the same size. I always use them to parallel Clapton if I need it. It's 1,100 feet. And still, this one spool just keeps lasting. All right, I guess we'll save the rest. No sense in keeping going because I don't need that much. Okay, so let's get out Mr. Vice. So I did want to tell you guys at Coil class something. So everybody asked me about my needle noses. Nobody really asked me about these. These are Nip-X cutters. But people ask me quite a bit about my needle noses. They are awesome. They grab stuff and don't let go. Oh no. Did I just unplug my fucking camera? What the fuck happened? Okay. Anyway, Crescent needle noses, and they come with cutters. The cutters are pretty good. They do break on me all the time if I cut something big, but they're good for just like cutting just regular 26 or 24. But once you get into frame staples, they do tend to break if you're not careful. All right, so these are the needle noses. They go for about $14 for the set. The needle noses are awesome. Boom, I got 3 sets. One's for me, one's for Patreon giveaway, and one's for the next Coil class giveaway. Okay. I'm not getting into your stash meter. I don't do that stuff anymore. Fucking, oh man, I don't like it when people say that. Why is it freezing? Okay. Let's take this ribbon, let's measure it, and cut it in half. So it looks like I got, all right, a little less than 8. That's okay. Let's just cut it right in half like that. Now I have 2, count them, 2 42 gauge 16 ply, was it? 16 ply staples. Very shiny and don't want to show you. Okay. 42 over 16 ply. That's where I reversed it right there, you can see. Very hard to pick up thin wire on camera, but there it is. Yeah, I don't hang out with the essays and smoke blunts anymore. I'm too good for that. My mama said I'm too good for that, that I deserve better. My mom said I deserve better. I deserve better than that. Okay. We're going to take this staple and all the way at the end of the vise. You want it all the way at the very end, as close to the end as you could get it. And then we're going to vise down on it. Do it tight. We're going to get that 3 millimeter. We're going to put it right there. And we're going to do what I said. We're going to easy killer, easy. When we get it around once, we're going to make sure that if it's twisted anyway, which mine is, it's slanted that way. I'm going to twist it back, and I'm also going to pull it carefully. Bring it up, down, and around. And when it comes back, I'm going to pull, and if it's twisted a little bit, we're going to untwist it and bring it up. We're going into our third wrap. Bring it down, bring it back, pull it towards us, bring it up, push it down, bring it back, pull it, and move in, move out, hands up, now hands down. You Back up, back up. Show me what you want to do now. You can keep rolling, 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 rolling. Okay? I wrote that when I was building coils. Okay, yeah, so I messed up this coil too. So cool, okay. So remember I messed up that first staple. I messed up this one too, so that's good. Okay, we're going to keep the theme. Awesome. All right, cool. There it is. Cool. Awesome, guys. See? It's important to stay consistent. And that thing looks so good, too. What a pain in the ass that is. We're going to figure it out, though. All right. I don't think this is going to fit in here. It is. Is it? It is. Let's wrap another. All right. Hey, ladies. Hey, fellas. And all the people who don't give a fuck. Hey, rockers, hip hoppers, and everybody all around the world. Everybody all around the world. I move in, I move out. Hands up, now hands down. Back up, back up. Show me what you want to do now. I breathe in, I breathe out. Hands up, now hands down. I back up, back up. Show me what you want to do now. I'm just going to keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Hot mamas, pimp daddies, and all the people rolling up in caddies. Okay. Cool. That one looks better. Oh, yeah. See the squareness on the side? I love fatty staples. I think they look so cool. All that surface area. Okay. All right. Last time. Let's do it, man. This better work. I'm actually going to bend my leads this time. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bend a 90-degree angle in my lead so it's on the same plane. Not a 90-degree angle. Is it? Not really. Okay. Now, I'm going to cut my leads, but not as much as I cut them last time, because I cut them a lot last time and I regretted it. Okay. And I think this time, this better fit, man. There's other things to put in there, but I really don't feel like doing it. I just want to get a freaking coil in here. All right, it's in one. Success. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Yeah, get in there. Yeah. How you like that? Creep. All right. You're not going to let me finish, Nick? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. This is the ticket. Oh, that's money, son. They're in there pretty good right now, and I ain't even tightened them down yet. That's pretty cool. We'll see what happens. I don't really want to. Let's see, it's like the one lead's bigger than the other. I don't really want to push the coils down until I get this tightened. Now, the last time I did this, I messed it up. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. Did I leave this lead too long or something? I hope it's in there. Yeah, this has officially became. Oh, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. There I am. I just want to get this last set in the dude, and I'm done with it. That's all I want to do. And it looks like they're going to go in and be good. They do. They look like this is going to work. And I don't know why. I don't know if, like, because they stayed closed for so long and not got used, that they're not, like, closing properly or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. What I do know is I haven't lost my patience on an install in a while, in a long, long time, just on an install. And this is it's pushing my fucking buttons. It really is. Because listen, Squid Dude's one of my favorite builders, hands down. And I really wanted to love the RDA he would put out. Now this was a long, long time ago. Okay, so let's just hear that out now. And I do love how this thing vapes. And I love when people come out with new ideas. It's just a breath of fresh air. A fucking two-post like this is just a breath of fresh air. And I think there's add-ons he could have did to make this so much better, man. So much better. There's just so many things you could do with this. You could completely change out the posts and just make it better. Just completely change out the posts. You could literally just sell other posts. He should do that, man. He should fucking do that. He should just make other posts for this. And just sell it as a... I bet you people would buy it and buy them kits. Like people that just have dude RDAs around that know that it vapes good. Like it vapes like one of my favorite vapes. It vapes so fucking good. It's like the Dead Rabbit. It vapes like the Dead Rabbit. High coils, nice airflow, feels right. It just... Man, the thing is like I think like it wasn't worked on enough, right? Before it was put out, and then nothing was done about it. Like that would have been awesome if it would just been like, listen, we know it's difficult. We're gonna put out posts. I should just buy YouTube. That, you know, that's the effing truth. You know, with all the money, I should just buy YouTube. That's exactly what I should do. That's actually a great idea. I'll get in contact with them tomorrow. You know, just another day. I got both bits in each coil, just like so. One dropped out. I'm just going to tighten these down. This is another way I remember I used to do it. Was keep the bits inside the coils and tighten them down one by one. It's like every time I move the coils, the freaking thing gets loose. It's not looking bad right now, I can tell you that. Some space staples. It's not horrible, you know? I mean, the coils are making it look good. Let's put it this way. If I did one of my reviews on this and put all them coils in, most wouldn't fit. More than 50% wouldn't fit. Let's just put it that way. Let's be honest. Like I said, Squid Dude is awesome. I got to meet him, and I think Detroit. He was super nice. So it's nothing personal. I just really, 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 really wanted to like this RDA more. And if he came out with another RDA, I'd buy that too, without even looking at it. Just like I'm going to do the Twisted Mess's Own Boy OC one that comes out. I've made my decision before they even showed it. I will blindly, I'll argue with people and tell them that this is the best RDA even. Because I just, when I like something, I'm blind about it. It's like the Dude RDA. If somebody was like, the Dude RDA is trash, I'd be like, fuck you, fight me, dude. Dude RDA is best RDA, hands down. Suck a dick. It's like, what did you just say? What the fuck did you just say about the Dude RDA? Just doesn't want to grab. Doesn't want to grab unless I ruin my coils. I could ruin my coils and it'll grab. Whatever. This is the last set I'm ever installing in this. Let's make them good. Let's make it hot. Let's make it clap. Let's make it clap. C's on the payroll, so. I'm done, dude. I am so done. So done. We got the frame staples. We got the staples. That's how we roll. Let's do this real quick. Let's see what these frame staples are. Let me see real quick. Let's just see if these will ohm out to something what I think. So before I hit this button, let me think what I think it's gonna be. 18 ply, all stainless ribbon, nichrome outside. It's going to have to be around a 0. All 0.3. Carry the 2. Subtract the 5. About 0.607. 0.607. 9.99. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, 9.99. Yeah, okay. Sure. It's not, that's another fucking thing. It doesn't reach the damn thing. It's such a short freaking thing. It was such a short, whatchamacallit. That was another thing with it. Man, you see, I gotta put this away. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta put that away. .08. That makes sense. On the Doge, 6 wrap, them frame staples that I did, all stainless steel, .08. That makes sense. 27 gauge, 5 pieces of .4. .086 wrap. Let's get some colors on these for the picture. For the thumbnail, rather. like, I don't know. YouTube's got to be doing like an upgrade or something, because there's a lot of things going on right now with their whole system that I'm not really enjoying. It started yesterday. There it is. Zero eight. And then there's that. My coils look cool. Coils look really cool like that. Look at that. Nice and smooth, 42 gauge. What? I'm just moving, like, them leads are moving. That's my problem. And it's usually just like on one, it's moving. I'd love to get you zones, but it ain't gonna happen. Poor coils. These poor coils. That's the story. That's what happens. Look at the leads going into the thing. That's what starts to happen. When just a strategically placed notch in them things, it would stop. That's the story. Well, the coils are in there tight now, so that's good. So if I could get a mod that will reach this pin, I don't know, can I, is this adjustable? I'd love to get you ohms for this. I want to know the gnomes. The gnomes. I want to know the gnomes. Even I want to know the gnomes. Who wants to know the gnomes? Who wants to own the gnomes? I want to own the gnomes. Me too. I want to know gnomes too. It's about time. Thank you. It's not really adjustable. I'll make it work, but it's not really adjustable. We got a winner, folks. We got a fucking winner. 0.07. We got a mother effing winner. Look at that. Good for me. Good for me. I did it. Did it. I did it. Clean builds. Here I come. I'm going to get that clean builds repost. Look at that shit. Oh, snap, son. All right, guys, listen. I do it. I do it. I do it. I do it. Now that's funny. I got some more of that Ohm 6 skull cake, motherfuckers. Ohm 6 skull cake. If you want any of this, contact the Omi Mark on Instagrams. The Omi Mark on the Instagrams. Skull cake. It's a blueberry, like a blueberry. It's almost like a blueberry kind of lemon cake. It's like more like just like a really good blueberry cheesecake. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's steeped a while. It's so good. I'm gonna have to set up another RDA for that. Listen. I'm going to upload a video immediately. Let's do immediately. You want to do immediately? Let's upload a video immediately. I'm out of here. I do it. I do it. I ain't pissed on the toilet this time. I do it. I'm out of here, man. These guys are making me stupid. I think these guys are literally making me stupider. I was pretty stupid before I got on here, but I think between the heat and I didn't drink any water yet, I think you're making me stupider. I really do. I think that if you guys wasn't here, I think that dude already would have installed fine. Those coils would look great, but you're making me stupider. Gotta go. This was a long coil class. That won't happen again. Not after that. Maybe next week we can have a good coil class where everything goes right, because we haven't had one of them in a while. Everybody, thank you for watching. I really had fun. Sorry about last night. I went live on Instagram. So whenever I'm scheduled to go live, if something's wrong with YouTube, go over to Instagram, hang out. We had like 25 people there, so come hang out. All right. Patreon, I will talk to you soon. I know I haven't been there that much, but it's just been a crazy week. But I did get some mail. I'm going to upload this Coil Society video, and I'm going to start uploading more video to my computer, and I'm going to try to get up another video tomorrow to Patreon first. I'm going to let my next video kind of linger, and that's it. Everybody, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Tomorrow's Thursday already, and I'll see you. I'll catch you on the other side, man. Yeah, all right. Check out Adora E-Liquid. 10% off by using the code USEGUYZ, YOUZGUYZ. If you need coils, hit me up on Instagram. If you mention this show, I will still honor that 30% off for people that mention that they watch me on YouTube. If you don't say it, I'm not going to honor it. You got to say it. You got to say, hey, I want to purchase coils. You said mention the YouTube show for 30% off. Let's do it. Puts aliens at about $9, puts for aliens at about $11. Plus shipping. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, Patreon. I think I'm going to do a video for you guys tomorrow, too. I have an idea, actually. So I think I might do a video for Patreons tomorrow. All right. Everybody, I'm out. Peace out.